now you can hear me. This is Jose Fuentes, your presenter for today's webinar. The topic of this webinar is our requirements authoring tool. This time is a new development that we have recently launched to the market, which is a web extension of this authoring tool. So I start with a brief introduction. The company, most of you already know us, a very company established in 1999 as a spin-off of a university here in Madrid. Still headquartered in Madrid with offices in the USA and Stockholm, and a special delegation in Tokyo. And our key topic nowadays is the application of semantic technologies and artificial intelligence to improve the digitalization of the systems engineering life cycle. All this for all of you following us for a long time. Perhaps you already know our mythical tools like RQA, Quality Studio, the authoring tool, the topic today, Traceability Studio, V&V, or Knowledge Manager. Last year, we launched to the market the SES Engineering Studio, coping with mainly 5 blocks, like the digitalization of the technical management processes, like quality, for instance, the interoperability hub, the requirements engineering topic, knowledge management, and system lifecycle management. So these are the 5 topics, and today we will focus on the topic of the requirements authoring tool. I think you know me, so I will skip my presentation just to have more time to go directly to the point. So the point of RAT, if you ask me to define in 2 words what is the authoring tool, I can say that this is a requirement writing assistance on top of your preferred requirements management tool. So in 2 sentences, that's all. And what are the features that are provided by the authoring tool? Mainly real-time quality check based on well-established set of rules like those promoted by the INCOSE with the INCOSE guide for writing requirements, or the drafting rules for requirements promoted or written, published by the European Space Agency or the NASA or the business analyst body of knowledge. So plenty of other configurations, by the way, with the possibility to tailor to your own rules. Second is the assistance in the writing based on patterns, requirements patterns, like now you might know that the recent version of the INCOSE guide for writing requirements is already including a catalog of patterns, but also there are some of the catalogs like EAS, Easy Approach to Requirement Syntax, or the master set of patterns written or given by the company Sophist. And as I said, all this fully integrated on top of your requirements management tool. So there's no need to change your tool. You can apply all this on top of your tool. Nowadays, there are different ways to reach to the characteristics of the authoring tool, which is the screen that you can see in the middle, right? With mainly in this case, with the real-time quality assessment for this requirement. The tool is complaining there are 3 rules that are not meeting out of the full catalog of rules. So these capabilities can be found within the SES Engineering Studio, of course, but also as add-ins on top of tools like IBM DOS, DOS Generation, Teamcenter, Polarium, Windchill, Coldima, Capella, Cameo, and some others, right? We have direct add-ins on top of some of these. So we have connectivity to all these tools, but we have only some of those tools covered with add-ins, right? So IBM tools or Windchill, Teamcenter, Rhapsody, Capella, Dassault, and Office tools, we do have add-ins. For the others, what we provide are just plain connectors. So it seems that we have issues still with reaching tools when they are web-based tools, and this is the topic of this webinar. So before we continue, I have prepared just a poll with a couple of questions. So the first question is, I would like to know which is the tool that you normally use when you deal with requirements management. So just you can scan this QR code. And Cecilia, please, if you can send the link exactly. So now you have the link in the chat box. So please follow this link or scan the QR code, and let's well, I think, sorry, I think I opened the wrong one. So give me just a second. I think I have opened the wrong question. Just a second. I think you see a question asking for whether or not, or which is the web browser that you are using, right? But now, okay, I think now you have a different question. Now the question is the one that I have in the screen, based on which is your tool, correct? Sorry for this mistake. So now I am asking about the tool you use, and it seems well, interesting. Half of you are using IBM Doors, PTC Windchill, CodeBeamer, Teamcenter, Siemens Polarion, JAMA. Nice. Cameo and others. If you can use the chat box to tell us which is this other, it would be very nice as well. Okay, the poll the questionnaire shall be open until my next question. So I go back to the slides, and I will try to ask to answer the question, why a web extension for RAT? And the answer is clear. It's because we do listen to our customers and prospects and potential users. Some of you are asking us, okay, sometimes I use a desktop application, but some of the times I can reach my requirements through a web browser. Or if RAT and RQA can be integrated in Teamcenter, why not in Polarion? Or why RAT is not yet integrated with my current requirements management tool, web-based tool? Or why not apply the INCOSE rules if I write requirements in Jira, that was not, if you remember, in the list of connectors? Or how can I extend the list of connectors? This is mostly a question from our side, right? So, and the answer is that. The answer is we have developed this web extension. This is, for those of you who already know RAT, this is very similar to our previous RAT, where you can write the requirement in this blank box here, and then you have all the rules that you are breaking will be highlighted here on the left, and if you click on one of it, then the tool will highlight the concepts that are provoking, or the issues that are provoking the problem with this metric will be highlighted in red, right? The second capability, if you remember, is the use of patterns. So in this other screenshot, I have selected one particular pattern. In this case, I wanted to write a requirement where the condition is a given state and the action is to change to another state. And you can see how the tool helped me follow, as you would see in the video, the tool helped me follow this pattern, and also is connected to my modeling tool, so that in real time, the name of the components, the name of the state, and so on, are collected in real time, as I said, from the model, right? So you will see all this in a minute in the video. Now, let me change. Okay, now if you visit the same link, just refresh your browser, or scan again the code. And in this case, I am asking you if you are using a desktop application, or in case you are using a web-based application, which is the web browser that you normally use to reach your requirements, right? So let me now go and show you, if you are voting now. Let me show you your answer for the moment. It seems that most of you are still using desktop application. I guess that doors or is mainly the point here. But for those of you using web application, it seems that most of you are reaching this application using Chrome and some others using Edge. The web extension that we have developed for the moment, it works in Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. So this has been our first attempt. The second will be Safari, so that these answers that I can and you can see in the screen is very promising for us, because it seems that we have managed to cover the aspects that you were demanding. Okay, so good, and now let's go right to the point with the RAT. Some few slides about how you can get the RAT installed in your computer. So the idea is that, as I mentioned, it is a web browser. So I have used Chrome in this case, and it is as simple as just going to the configuration of Chrome just by clicking on the three dots that you can see on top of the on the right top corner of your screen. Click on Settings, Extensions, visit the Chrome Web Store, look up for the RAT authoring tool, click on it, add it to your Chrome, and pin it to the top bar, and then you got it. Just the first time you click on it, you will have to configure. The important point is that the RAT is using RAT service that shall be installed on your end. So you will have to contact your IT administrator to install the RAT not as a client or not as an add-in, but in this case as a service. In this case, this is my local RAT in the use company website, but you will need one RAT service for you so that you can connect to it. So talk to your IT administrator, and then you just copy and paste the URI and click on connect. Second step is to configure which are the set of rules that you want to use. In this case, I have selected white belt as my rules, and that's all. You click on save, and side by side, you can configure if you want the help of RAT only in the input boxes or in the text areas or in the content editables. Normally, for those of you not experts in HTML or this kind of web applications, we can say that inputs are the small pieces of text where you can type, but just one line. Text areas are the larger pieces of text, and the content editables normally is for formatted text. So I believe that most of your tools will be using content editables for the actual text of your requirements. So you will have to disable perhaps the others and enable just the content editables only for the websites where you want the help of the RAT. And whenever you configure, everything is ready now. So that in this case, I have used Jira. I am writing a requirement here below in Jira. And I have these two buttons available for me. The last one, the on, is just to disable. If I want to disable the RAT in this website, I just click on, just to put it in off. Of course, all these can be reversed whenever you wish. Or whenever you want the help of the RAT, you just click on the A button, this kind of triangle or arrow up, and then you will have the RAT. So let me show you all this in a short video. This video starts with presenting some requirements in the engineering studio, right? This is a connection to Polarium, where I have already analyzed these requirements in Polarium. As soon as you do that, then you can go back to Polarium, and you can see your requirements. And for each requirement, you have the quality attributes, like if your requirement is high quality, medium quality, low quality, whatever, and the recommendations to improve the quality of each one of your requirements. Now, if I change to another document, just to select one particular requirement, so I look for my requirement. This is just to make sure that the RAT application is connected to this website with a white belt, of course. So I select my requirement and go to edit the content of the requirement, right? When I click on edit, this is the plain Polarion application, but you see the RAT icons on the right. So I click on it to launch the RAT application. So this is now RAT connecting to the ontology, retrieving everything needed to proceed as in a regular RAT installation. So you see that I am breaking two rules. The first one is because I am using should, well, I should be using only shall, and I have used two vague nouns or words like very and like, right? So vague in both cases. So let me rewrite, and now let me ask the tool also to help me with a pattern. So I pick the type of requirement, physical requirement, and I pick a given pattern, and I start typing. As soon as I start typing, you will see like the set of rules that appear on the left now are concerning to the text, the actual text that I have in the screen. So far, only that. Now, the second word in my requirement will be the name of a physical property. And as you can see, RAT is showing in front of you the name of the physical properties in your dictionary. Of course, all this you can edit and add more physical properties as needed. So you can look for weight. Okay, the weight. Now it comes to write the name of a component, the name of a given component. So when I write the of the, now the next step is the tool goes to the model, retrieves all the name of components in real time. And since the list is pretty large, I can start typing battery. So I start with BATT, and then the list is reduced only to those starting with BAT, right? There shall be a number. And now what you have in front of you is then all the measurement units that I have in the dictionary. So you can see like the pattern is in the way to be matched. So it is still matching. It is in the way. It is not fully matched yet. And the tool is also complaining that after the number, it should be something, a unit or an entity or something. In this case, according to the pattern, a unit. So I write the unit. Now the pattern is fully matched in green. But if you see, I have used kilometers. And I'm speaking about weight. So the tool is also telling me, no, Jose, you are speaking about weight and kilometer is not a unit of weight. So the tool is asking me to replace. If I replace and I put kilograms, now it seems to be okay for this metric, but I have now another metric telling me, please, Jose, the weights cannot be 1.5 kilometers, 1.5 kilograms. It has to be something like something including some kind of tolerance to it, right? So the tool is asking for tolerance. According to the way I write my requirement, if I write maximum or minimum or more than or less than, then in this case, the tool will not ask for tolerance. As you can see, now the tool is telling me that there are no issues in my requirement. But if I say that it has to be equal to 1.5, then I will need to write tolerance, right? If I now go and write my tolerance, then the tool is now telling me that everything is okay. So I'm done. I have met all my metrics. I fully followed, successfully followed the pattern. So I can click on save. And of course, as this is an extension on top of your Polarion application, the text is there. You just save, and it is now stored in Polarion. And that's all for this video, and that's all for the webinar. Now it is your time for questions. You have a chat box where you can post your questions, and my colleague Cecilia will be collecting all your questions for me. And while you write down your questions, just a brief invitation to our next webinar that shall be hosted on Tuesday, November the 7th, and Thursday, the 8th. The topic of this webinar is let's say, how to deal with regulations normally coming in PDF, and how to deal with changes on these regulations. Every safety critical project normally has to do with meeting regulation. And most of the times, this regulation will be coming, as I said, under the form of PDF. digitalizing those PDF files is key for the success of your project. So identifying the relevant pieces within this document, providing them with a unique ID, and creating and attaching attributes like comments or risk levels or some others, and of course tracing those pieces of regulation down to your system requirements. So this is typical in every project, and with the help of our new connector to PDF files, all this is available, including, of course, the application of semantic technologies to discover changes in versions, so that whenever you come out with a new version of your PDF file, the tool first will identify the changes, will highlight the changes for you, and of course will show you the impact based on the traces, the impact of those changes. If you are interested on this topic, follow us, as I said, on the week of the 7th of November, follow us for this 1-hour webinar. Now, I hope you have questions or not. I don't know. Cecilia, do we have any question?
Yes, we have. Can we connect the web extension to the same rules database used by the desktop version?
Yeah. This is the idea. The idea is that if you already have some of our tools, by the way, all this is only available in version 23, right? So that means that if you are a user of our old versions, you will have to ask your account manager for an upgrade. Remember that the upgrades for all of you maintaining your support and maintenance contract, the upgrade is fully free. So ask us for an upgrade, jump into V23, and then as soon as you have a V23 environment with a database migrated into V23, then you can connect your local RAD service. Remember what I said. This is not, let's say, our service on the cloud. It has to be installed on your premises. So you will install a RAD service on your premises, and you will connect this RAD service to the same repository as you connect the rest of the tools, right? And just after that, what you will see in your web extension are all your rules and all your metrics. Patterns.
Okay. Does the online version have any more functions than the desktop one, or why would you choose to use the Chrome extension?
The idea behind the web extension is not to replace the existing add-ins. If you already have, let's put this example. If you already have a RAD on top of doors, of course, you don't need this web extension, right? But if you are, let's say, a user of Polarion, for instance, or Jira, as in the video and in the slides, we haven't developed yet a pure native connector on top of Jira or on top of Polarion or Codebeamer. So the way to connect to perform the assessment is now V23 is through the RQA or through the Engineering Studio. But the way to do the assistance in real time, since we don't have RAD add-ins for Polarion or for Jira, the only way to reach the RAD is through this web extension that we call agnostic, because it can be connected. The same extension can be or can help you on top of whatever tool, Polarion, Jira, or even tools that we haven't connected at all, right?
Okay. Is the web extension already released?
Yes. If you want today, go to the Chrome market. I don't remember the name. It is already published in Chrome, in Firefox, and Edge, in these three web extension repositories. But remember that you will have to ask us, because the first step is always to configure with a URI. So you will have to ask your IT people to install the RAD service, which is available in our website, and configure the web service connected to your repository, as was asked in the previous question. And then the client, the extension, will have to connect to the URI provided by your IT administrator, where you have deployed the service.
Okay. If I am working with a teammate on the same specification, but would like to use a different set of rules, is it possible to change the configuration locally, or is it assigned for everyone?
Oh, good question. Normally, even in the old times with a combination of RQA and RAT, the idea is that the rules are always established in the RQA, and what you can do in the RAT is just to follow. Provided that with the RQA and in this V23 also with the Engineering Studio, you can come out with 2, 3, 4, 10 or 20 different configurations of rules. What you can do individually, and of course you can change as many times as you need, is which catalog of rules you connect to, right? So it can be that I open one document, including high-level requirements, and I want to connect to a catalog of rules to analyze very high-level or abstract requirements. And 1 hour later, myself or a colleague is willing to analyze a more low-level technical specification. And then, as I mentioned, just clicking on the icon of the rack, you can change the configuration of rules that you are using, so that you just go and pick a different configuration, and you will be using these different configurations. So you, with the RAT extension, as with any other RAT installations, you can change from one configuration to another. What you cannot do is to change the rules within a given configuration. This is something that is done only in the RQA or in the Engineering Studio.
Yeah, I have some questions here.
Good.
Starting with, I think you didn't mention Confluence in the list of integrations. Can this RAT extension work with Confluence?
Yeah, good question. We don't have, let's say, a point-to-point, a direct connection to Confluence, but of course, this is the intention of this RAT under the form of a web extension, let's say. In whatever tool where you can deal with requirements, you can enable the RAT, and the RAT will be there for you. And Confluence, of course, is one of them. So basically, whatever page where that you use to write your requirements, if you access this tool from a web browser, you can reach the RAT. Yeah. Any other question?
Okay. We have another question. We have RQA and KM, and we have tailored our metrics and patterns. How can we use those patterns and metric with this version of RAT?
Okay, yeah. As I said before, the way to deploy this RAT web extension is first by installing on your premises, installing the RAT service, right? When configuring the RAT service, you will have to connect the service to a given repository. So this repository is the same that you use, as you said, in RQA and KM. If you are giving me these names, RQA and KM, and not SES, perhaps it is because you are still a user of our previous version, version 18. In this case, this tool is only available for our customers in version 22 or version 23. So my recommendation is to ask your account manager for an upgrade. You know that if you maintain your support and maintenance contract, this is free. So ask your account manager for an upgrade into the newer version of the tool. And this is the only way to reach your content. You know that when you decide to upgrade, there is an automatic tool on KM that helps you with the migration of the old V18 database into V23. So you will not lose any of your information like patterns or metrics or whatever. All this information you have already tailored will be available in V23. But as I said, this RAT web extension is not available in 18. So please ask your commercial force to ask us to upgrade.
Okay, thank you. That's all at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the new way to reach the authoring tool. And as mentioned, just contact me or contact us if you needed to, if you wanted to deploy or to play around a little bit with this RAT extension. Just contact us to have this extension and the service fully installed. This is my contact information if you want to reach me. And of course, if you want to reach more webinars or browse the catalog of existing or all the webinars that we have performed, don't hesitate to visit our webinar repository or our YouTube channel. That's all for today. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye for now.